Good evening and welcome. Tonight we're going to be continuing our world tour in this really cool book I found at my new library. And tonight we're going to read about South America. So let's see where we left off. Here we go. South America. Oh, but let me read this page first. South America. Next stop is South America, the fourth largest continent, stretching from just above the equator right down almost to the Antarctic. There are 12 countries here, the biggest of which is Brazil. The Amazon, the world's largest river by volume, flows here, surrounded by the world's largest rainforest. Now let's read this page about South America. From the tropical north to its windswept southern tip, South America features many extraordinary habitats. In the north of the continent, the Amazon rainforest teems with life. Farther south, the forest gives way to open grasslands. Between the Pacific Ocean and the Andes Mountains is the Atacama Desert, the driest hot desert in the world. Spot rare pink river dolphins along the Amazon River, surrounded by lush tropical rainforest. Soak up the sun on the beaches of Rio de Janeiro, or dance the samba in the world's largest carnival. In Peru, explore the ancient hillside ruins of Machu Picchu, then watch distant planets and stars in the clear-skied Atacama Desert. You might hear some wind chimes outside. I have a new neighbor who has wind chimes, and there's a storm brewing. It's going to snow. I'm from the Bay Area of California. I saw snow for the first time in my life like 2 weeks ago, so I'm excited for the snow. But the wind's blowing, the wind chimes ringing. I hope either you can't hear it or it's relaxing. Anyway, first we're going to stop in Rio de Janeiro in Brazil. Known as Rio for short, Rio de Janeiro is a seaside city in southeast Brazil that overlooks a large scenic bay. The city draws millions of visitors to its huge sandy beaches, nearby islands, and the lively annual carnival, which is the biggest in the world. I just remembered I used a pencil for the last video. I should probably keep it consistent. Here we go. Pencil. During the 5-day carnival, locals celebrate with street parties, costumes, and elaborate parades. 5 million, the number of local people that gather in the streets to celebrate the carnival. Carnival King. At each carnival, someone is crowned King Momo, the mystical jester who is supposed to lead the festivities. I'm guessing that's King Momo right there. World Cup winners. Brazil has won the Men's Soccer World Cup 5 times. That's more than any other nation. I guess we'll find out soon. The current World Cup is happening right now. If Brazil makes it, I haven't even checked the standings, so I have no idea. Anyway, 173,850. The number of spectators at a World Cup game in Rio in 1950, which is a world record. Carnival Countdown. There are 70 samba clubs in Rio where people get together to make festive floats and costumes and practice dance routines in preparation for the annual carnival events. Playing ball. Rio's sandy beaches are a hive of activity with groups of people playing volleyball, soccer, and fresco ball in the sun. 2.5 miles, or 4 kilometers, the length of Rio's most famous Copacabana beach. Christ the Redeemer statue. You can't miss this 98-foot tall statue of Jesus Christ that sits atop Corcovado Mountain, dominating the city skyline. It gets struck by lightning several times a year. Portuguese explorers named Rio de Janeiro in 1502. The name means River of January. It is thought that the explorers mistook the bay for a river. Next we're staying in Brazil. We're at the Amazon. The Amazon is the largest intact rainforest in the world. It extends across 9 South American countries and covers around 2/3 of Brazil. The immense Amazon River flows through the rainforest, providing habitats for a whole host of creatures. Countless amazing creatures, including tapirs, poison dart frogs, and piranhas, make their homes here. Anaconda snake. There are more than 370 types of reptile in the Amazon, including the anaconda, which grows up to 30 feet long and is one of the longest snakes in the world. 10%. The proportion of all known plant and animal species that live in the Amazon. 40,000. The number of different plant species in the Amazon, while the number of insect species is in the millions. Giant otter. These sociable animals like to stick together, living in groups of up to 20 animals. They live in rivers across the Amazon and mainly eat fish, but they have been known to attack larger prey, even anacondas. Giant otters are the largest otters in the world. Rare wildlife. The Amazon is one of Earth's few remaining habitats for the pink river dolphin, also known as a boto. Sloths. These slow and steady creatures spend most of their time in the trees. They have very poor eyesight, which may be why they move so slowly, but a powerful sense of smell. Sloths can swim 3 times faster than they move on land. I didn't know that sloths could swim. It's pretty cool. Macaw parrots. There are 17 species of macaw in the Amazon rainforest. Macaws have vibrant feathers, long, elegant tails, and strong beaks that they use to crack nuts and eat salty clay from the riverbank. These birds can live to be 60 years old. Fierce hunters. Jaguars are the largest cats in South America and incredibly strong for their size. They hunt in the day and night and can take down huge creatures like caimans with one powerful bite. In the last 40 years, the Brazilian Amazon has lost over 18% of its rainforest to illegal logging and agriculture. That's about the size of California. 4,000 miles, the length of the winding Amazon River. Electric eels. Despite the name, electric eels are more closely related to carp and catfish than eels. They can deliver a powerful electric shock, which is used to stun their prey. It's so interesting. Next, we're traveling to the border of Brazil and Argentina to see Iguazu Falls. Stretching for 1.7 miles along the border between Argentina and Brazil, the tumbling cascades of Iguazu Falls are one of South America's most awe-inspiring natural wonders. Surrounded by lush rainforest and protected by 2 national parks, the falls are home to incredible plants and wildlife. 269 feet. The height of the tallest waterfall known as the Devil's Throat. Big butterflies. The blue morpho butterfly is one of 635 species of butterfly that live here. With a wingspan of up to 8 inches, the blue morpho is one of the biggest butterflies in the world. Enough water to fill 5 Olympic swimming pools can tumble over the falls every second. 1.5 million, the number of visitors to Iguazu Falls each year. 275. the number of individual waterfalls that make up the falls, together creating one of the largest waterfalls in the world. Toothless giants. With their long, sticky tongues, giant anteaters swallow around 35,000 ants and termites every day. Anteaters have a sense of smell that is 40 times stronger than that of a human. Floating down the river. Visitors can take a boat trip or go white water rafting near the falls. Surrounded by the roar of the waterfall, and with macaws and toucans flying overhead, it's sure to be a memorable trip. Look at this cute squirrel monkey holding the flag of Argentina. That's so cute. Nature spotting. There are many animals to look out for near Iguazu Falls, from tapirs and giant anteaters that root around at ground level to climbing squirrel monkeys and sharp-toothed caimans. Let's see where we're going next. We are going to Peru to see Machu Picchu. High up in the Andes Mountains of Peru is the ancient stone city of Machu Picchu. Situated on a narrow ridge 7,972 feet above sea level, Machu Picchu overlooks the Urubamba River and is surrounded by the steep mountain slopes. This fascinating ruin is one of the best preserved cities of the ancient Inca Empire. Incan Fortress. Machu Picchu was built in 1450 CE by the Inca civilization. Many of the ancient city's dry stone walls and buildings still stand today. 7,972 feet, the height above sea level of La Ciudadela, the citadel, La Ciudadela, at the heart of the city. 32,592 hectares. The size of the ancient city, taking in rugged mountain slopes and green valleys. Llamas. Woolly llamas are native to South America and have been kept for food and to carry heavy loads for centuries in the Andes. Llamas are related to camels, but without humps, and can grow up to 6 feet tall. Lost and found. Machu Picchu was abandoned in the 16th century after the Spanish invasion and wasn't discovered again by the outside world until 1911. The site became a protected UNESCO World Heritage Site in 1983. Giant gliders. The Andean condor lives in the Andes Mountains and can be seen soaring above Machu Picchu. With a wingspan of 10 feet, it is one of the world's largest birds. Machu Picchu means old mountain in the indigenous Quechua Indian language. The structures were built using a technique called ashlar, where stones are cut to size and placed without mortar. The Inca people were masters at this technique. Even a knife blade couldn't fit between two stones. That's so neat. Next we are going to Chile, to the Atacama Desert. The Atacama Desert is the world's oldest desert and one of the driest places on Earth. It stretches around 600 miles across Chile, between the Pacific coast and the Andes Mountains. The desert is full of unusual rock formations, and, unlike many deserts, temperatures in the Atacama stay relatively mild throughout the year. 330. The number of cloud-free nights that the Atacama Desert sees each year. Wow. 0.04 to 0.12 inches, or 1 to 3 millimeters. The amount of rain that the driest part of the desert receives in a year. Super dry. There are parts of the Atacama Desert where no rain has been recorded for hundreds of years. With some parts over 16,400 feet high, the Atacama Desert Plateau is one of the best places in the world to watch the night skies. It is from here that the Atacama Large Millimeter Array, or ALMA, the world's most powerful observatory of its kind, has been positioned to study the universe. The dry air, cloudless skies, high altitude, and lack of light pollution make the Atacama Desert an unbeatable place to stargaze. Prickly plants. Cacti have adapted to survive the harsh climate by storing water for long periods of time, but few other plants survive here. Atacama Large Millimeter Array. This giant observatory is made up of a group of 66 powerful radio antennae, array means group, each around 40 feet wide. The array is used to spot faraway galaxies and look for new planets. ALMA is so accurate it could spot a golf ball 9 miles away. Wow. Next, we are going to Bolivia. I think this is the last one it is. That's too bad. Bolivia has the Uyuni Salt Flats. In southwest Bolivia, near the high peaks of the Andes Mountains, is a vast salt-crusted expanse called the Uyuni Salt Flats. This magical landscape was created thousands of years ago when prehistoric lakes dried up, leaving the largest area of salt flats in the world. 10 billion tons, the estimated amount of salt contained in the salt flats. 4,000 square miles, the size of the salt flats, making them the largest in the world. During the rainy season between December and April, a thin layer of water collects on the salt, transforming the landscape into the world's largest natural mirror. You can see in the drawing right there. The endless white plains and flat horizon provide strange and funny photo opportunities. Visitors can take double photos of themselves on the super reflective surface when the salt is wet. It's not just salt that can be mined here. The salt flats contain a metal called lithium, which is used to power laptops and electric cars. 15%. The amount of the world's lithium reserves thought to be stored beneath the salt crust. 33 feet, the depth of the salt at its deepest. All to themselves. The conditions are so harsh that very few animals can live on the salt flats, but no fewer than 3 different species of flamingo thrive here. Flamingos. Within the salt flats is a deep red lake called Laguna Colorado, where huge flocks of flamingos come to feed on plankton. Both the lake and the flamingos get their color from the red-colored algae in the water. And that's going to be it for tonight. Next time we read this book, we will be exploring Europe. So thank you so much for watching. I hope that you found this video relaxing and educational. And I hope that you have a very good night. Good night.